All right, so get this. 100 sets of identical twins, all competing for a whopping $250,000.
Wow.
That's the crazy premise of this MrBeast video we're diving into today.
Oh, yeah, I've seen this one.
It's more than just a spectacle, though, wouldn't you say?
It really is.
It's
What I find
fun.
so captivating is that it's like a real-life social experiment, right? Playing out in front of us.
Yeah.
You see the dynamics of twin relationships. You see the pressure of competition and the strategies that emerge
Right.
when there's $250,000 on the line.
Exactly. And it all starts with MrBeast kind of just casually asking, like, hey, have any of you twins ever, like, gone to class for your sibling?
Oh, yeah.
And then one twin just nonchalantly says, yeah, I took a test for him.
It's like a built-in advantage right from the start.
Right.
I mean, come on.
But it really makes you think about, like, those blurred lines of identity and shared experiences that make twin dynamics so fascinating,
Absolutely.
you know?
And that theme of blurred lines continues into the first challenge.
Yeah.
This memory test, where the twins have to replicate increasingly long color sequences.
Yes.
It starts simple enough with 6 colors,
Uh-huh.
but quickly ramps up to a mind-blowing 27.
Oh, wow.
You can practically feel the pressure mounting
Yeah.
as they try to keep those colors straight in their minds.
It's amazing to see how they try to work together, even with that pressure.
Right.
You see some twins clearly sharing information between their designated cubes, which makes you wonder, are they just being clever collaborators, or are they, like, low-key bending the rules?
Right. It's like that
No.
tension
Yeah.
between sticking to the rules and using their unique bond
Yeah.
to gain an advantage. It's a fascinating ethical gray area,
Totally.
even in this seemingly simple memory chest.
And the reactions to being eliminated are just priceless.
I know.
Like, you have twins who are genuinely heartbroken and others who just shrug it off with some
Yeah.
good-natured ribbing.
Totally.
It's like you get this whole spectrum of emotions in just a few minutes.
There's this one pair where one of the twins had actually placed 3rd
Oh, wow.
in a previous MrBeast competition.
Really?
But this time they get eliminated early on, like 93rd in the memory challenge.
Oh, no.
It just goes to show that even with experience, these games are completely unpredictable.
You just never know.
Right.
So building on that theme of communication, the next challenge throws them a curveball.
Okay.
Blindfold block stacking.
Interesting.
One twin's blindfolded and has to stack 10 blocks relying solely on their siblings' instructions.
That's a test of trust.
Big time.
Yeah.
And to make things even more intense, they're competing head-to-head against another pair of twins.
Oh, so you've got that element of competition too.
Exactly, which adds a whole other layer of pressure and potential for conflict.
I bet.
And you see such a diverse range of strategies.
Like what?
While some twins are super precise with their directions,
Uh-huh.
almost robotic, while others descend into this hilarious chaos,
Oh, gosh.
yelling and laughing as they try to make sense of it all.
So it's like different personality types.
Yeah.
Approaching teamwork under pressure.
Exactly. Some thrive on that precision and control, while others embrace the chaos and maybe even use it to their advantage.
Yeah.
And then they hit them with the greed test.
Okay.
This is where it gets really interesting.
I'm listening.
Each pair is offered $5,000, but there's a catch.
Oh.
Taking the money means a 50% chance of being randomly eliminated.
Whoa.
It's like a classic risk-reward dilemma.
Right.
Do you play it safe and take the guaranteed cash, or do you go all in for the $250,000?
It's a tough choice.
It is, and this challenge really exposes the different motivations at play.
Yeah.
Some twins prioritize financial security. Maybe they have pressing needs back home or are just naturally risk-averse.
Yeah.
While others are laser-focused on that grand prize, driven by ambition or maybe even a sense of competition with the other twins.
Oh, for sure.
You can practically feel the tension as some twins debate the decision.
Right.
Some are clearly struggling with the risk.
Yeah.
While others are completely confident in their choice.
Interesting.
It really highlights how differently we all approach risk and reward, especially when there's so much money on the line.
Yeah, definitely. So from individual decisions, we shift to group dynamics.
Okay.
In the vote challenge, the power shifts from the individual twins to the collective.
Interesting.
Each pair can either vote to end the challenge, keeping everyone safe, or vote to eliminate another pair.
Oh, wow. So it's like they went from a psychological pressure cooker to a full-blown social experiment.
Right.
Suddenly, it's not just about your bond with your twin,
Yeah.
but how you navigate the complex web of relationships within the larger group.
Exactly. Remember the Collins twins from the block stacking challenge?
The ones with all the yelling.
Yeah, the ones with all the playful yelling and chaos.
Ah.
Well, they become a kind of common enemy
Oh, really?
due to their perceived threat.
Interesting.
Their loud and competitive personalities seem to rub some of the other twins the wrong way.
It's almost like a microcosm of high school.
Right.
With alliances forming and shifting based on who's seen as the biggest competition.
Yeah.
And in this case, the Collins twins end up being voted out by a landslide.
It's a perfect example of what we call social deduction.
Okay.
The other twins, perhaps feeling threatened by their strength,
Yeah.
or just annoyed by their boisterous energy,
Right.
band together for self-preservation.
Makes sense.
It raises the question, though.
What's that?
Does eliminating a perceived threat actually foster cooperation? Or is it just a temporary truce before individual ambition takes over again?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's interesting because after the Collins twins are gone, there's this noticeable shift in the atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
The remaining twins overwhelmingly choose to collaborate, voting to end the challenge and keep everyone safe.
Wow.
But will that sense of camaraderie last as the stakes get even higher?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And speaking of high stakes, the next challenge throws a wrench into everything we've seen so far.
Okay.
The button game is all about reaction time.
Oh, wow.
Lights randomly turn red,
Uh-huh.
and the first twin to hit their button is safe.
Okay.
Everyone else who tries is eliminated.
Talk about pressure.
Right.
It's not just about being fast. It's about knowing when to take a risk and when to hold back.
Exactly. We see some twins trying to psych each other out by announcing their chosen round,
Oh, really?
while others try to calculate the odds and wait for the perfect moment to strike.
So it's a lot more strategic than it seems.
This challenge introduces the element of game theory where you're trying to anticipate your opponent's actions
Right.
and make the best decision based on incomplete information.
It's a real mental game.
It's fascinating to watch how different twins approach this strategic puzzle.
Yeah.
Some go with their gut, while others meticulously analyze the situation before making a move.
And who could forget the unexpected win of the Hershey twins in the chocolate-themed round?
That was great.
It's like they were destined to win that one.
But even in a game of pure chance, there's always an element of psychology and strategy at play.
For sure. The Hershey twins win reminds us that sometimes a bit of luck and good timing can make all the difference.
Yeah.
But as we move into the final elimination rounds, luck alone won't be enough.
Right.
With only 10 pairs left, the sixth challenge is a real nail-biter blindfolded bowling.
Oh, wow.
One twin is blindfolded and has to bowl guided only by their siblings' instructions.
Talk about a challenge.
It's a perfect blend of skill, communication, and of course a healthy dose of luck.
This challenge beautifully combines elements of the previous ones.
Yeah.
We see the need for clear and concise communication like in the block stacking challenge,
Mm-hmm.
the strategic opponent selection reminiscent of the vote challenge,
Right. Yeah.
and the ever-present element of chance.
And amidst all the tension, we get a little moment of levity when MrBeast introduces his new product, Lunchly. We even see the Hershey twins enjoying a taste test.
I love those little moments.
It's a nice little reminder that even in a high-stakes competition, there's still room for fun and lightheartedness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those moments of humor are essential, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They break the tension and remind us that at the end of the day, this is all about entertainment.
Yeah, for sure.
But as we head into the final five, the mood definitely shifts back to serious competition.
Okay, so the stage is set.
Yeah.
5 pairs of twins, 1 briefcase containing $250,000, and a whole lot of psychological warfare.
Wow.
This final challenge, the briefcase game, takes everything we've seen so far and cranks it up to 11.
A brilliant culmination of all the skills and strategies we've witnessed throughout the competition.
It really is.
Imagine the strategic tension of the button game,
Right.
combined with the risk-reward dilemma of the greed test,
Yeah.
all seasoned with the social deduction we saw in the voting challenge.
It's like the ultimate test.
It all hinges on one question.
Okay, what's that?
Can these twins read each other's minds, or at least their body language, well enough to figure out who has the money?
It's like they need to have that twin telepathy.
They only get a brief peek inside their briefcase, and then it's all about selling the act.
Oh, wow.
And MrBeast adds this extra layer of pressure by having the twins without briefcases vote to eliminate one pair each round.
Oh gosh, the stakes are so high.
The pair with the most votes has to open their briefcase. If it's empty, they're out. Talk about a high-stakes poker game.
You see some fascinating strategies emerge.
Like what?
One twin from the Beatty pair tries a bold bluff, flat out claiming he has the money. But here's the twist. His own brother doesn't believe him and votes against him.
Wow. That moment perfectly highlights the limitations of even the closest twin connection.
Yeah.
Even with a lifetime of shared experiences, there's room for doubt and misinterpretation.
Right.
Especially when $250,000 is on the line.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, how well can we ever truly know another person, even our own twin?
That's a deep thought. The tension just keeps building as the rounds go on. There are these nail-biting moments where no one knows where the money is.
That must be so intense.
The twins are scrutinizing every glance, every twitch, every word, trying to find any clue that might give away the winner.
They're looking for anything.
Anything.
It becomes a battle of wits, a psychological chess match, where they're trying to separate genuine confidence from carefully crafted facades.
Oh, wow.
The twins who started with bold bluffs are now resorting to subtle hints and calculated silence. The ones who relied on reading their siblings' body language are now questioning their own instincts.
So it's all about adaptation. And then in a truly dramatic finish, the Morris twins emerge victorious.
I love a good underdog story.
Their reaction is pure elation, a mix of disbelief, relief, and pure joy. You can tell it's 100% genuine, and it's impossible not to feel happy for them.
Their win is so satisfying because it feels earned. They didn't rely on flashy tricks or outlandish bluffs. They played a smart, observant game, and their connection as twins seemed to give them a subtle but crucial edge.
It's like they had this unspoken understanding and intuition that helped them navigate the complexities of the game.
Yeah.
And when they finally reveal that winning briefcase, it's the perfect ending to this wild ride.
It's a testament to the power of teamwork, communication, and maybe just a sprinkle of that twin magic.
Yeah.
We've watched 100 pairs of twins battle it out in these crazy creative challenges.
I know, it's amazing.
All for a chance at that life-changing prize. We've seen moments of intense pressure, incredible displays of collaboration, and some truly hilarious strategies along the way.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey.
It has. But now I'm curious to hear your perspective. Think about those twins who took the 5,000 in the greed test.
Yeah.
Some walked away with a decent chunk of change, while others were left with regret and empty pockets.
I know, right?
Would you have taken the risk, knowing it could cost you everything?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Or would you have played it safe, even if it meant potentially missing out on the big win?
It's so easy to say what you would do, but when you're actually in that moment
Right.
with all that pressure
Yeah.
and those cameras,
Exactly.
who knows?
And speaking of irresistible allure, how about that final briefcase game? It was like a psychological thriller unfolding right before our eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you would be able to keep a poker face
Gosh.
while trying to decipher your own twins' every move?
I don't know. I'm pretty good at reading people, but my twin, I mean, that's a whole other level.
Remember the twin whose bluff completely backfired?
When his own brother voted against him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if there are limits to even the deepest twin connection.
Yeah.
Can you ever truly know what someone else is thinking? Even if you've shared a lifetime of experiences.
That's a good question.
It is. And in the end, it was the Morris twins, with their quiet confidence and seemingly effortless communication, who walked away with the grand prize.
Yeah, they really earned it.
What did you think of their strategy? Did it surprise you that they were able to outmaneuver all the other pairs?
You know, I think what impressed me most was their restraint. They didn't get caught up in all the drama and the bluffing. They just stayed focused and trusted their gut.
Their win was a testament to the power of subtle observation and unspoken understanding.
Yeah.
They didn't need flashy bluffs or grand pronouncements.
Right.
They simply watched, listened, and trusted their instincts. It makes you wonder if all those years of shared secrets and inside jokes gave them a unique advantage.
Like a secret language only they could understand.
Exactly.
So we've explored so much in this deep dive.
We have.
The power and limitations of twin telepathy, the complexities of competition and cooperation, and the fascinating psychology of decision-making under pressure.
It's been quite a journey.
It really has. But most importantly, we've witnessed the enduring strength of those sibling bonds, even when tested to their absolute limits.
It's a reminder that human connection is a powerful force, capable of driving us to incredible feats of collaboration strategy and maybe even a bit of mind reading.
So if you haven't already, I highly recommend checking out the full MrBeast figure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For all the hilarious moments, nail-biting finishes, and heartwarming displays of twin connection that we just couldn't fit into our deep dive.
And be sure to share your thoughts with us.
We'd love to hear your take on the power of twin telepathy, the challenges of competition, and the enduring strength of those family bonds.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the fascinating world around us.
Who knows what mysteries we'll uncover together?